What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers? All of you have been welcome to this statistical review about the ship that is called the Eternal-class Temporal Science vessel. And in the game, that one is called a multi-mission science vessel. And it is this one right here, the Special Requisition Pack, the Temporal Multi-Mission Science Vessel Tier 6. Let's go through the information. Yada yada. Okay. While equipped with this cutting-edge science technology, the Eternal class was designed to fulfill a number of roles in the field, built to operate alone on the frontier as part of a fleet. The Eternal is a versatile part of the 31st century Starfleet. Nice. Temporal ships are capable of making a subtle alteration to the molecular level through the use of the molecular reconstruction, and that is that beam that they have. This technology allows the Starship to assume one of three different configurations: defense, offense, or support. Each configuration has their own strengths and weaknesses. Each of the configuration generates their own specific counter. Up to 6 counters can be generated at a time. These counters are used to fill your molecular deconstruction beam. Now I'm not gonna go through all of these because this is just like copy paste from all of these those beams, that molecular deconstruction beam that we already have covered in so many videos. This console also provides a passive bonus to exotic damage and exotic damage critical chance. This console may only be equipped on the 31st. Why? What am I saying? 21st on the 31st century temporal starship, but may be slotted in any console slot. This starship has a single hangar bay equipped with the EPA fighters. These light crafts are equipped with the anti-proton beam array and chronoton torpedo launchers. After achieving level 5 in your temporal multi-mission science vessel tier 6 Starship Mastery, you will unlock the particle feedback loop starship trait. Wow, this is sounding really interesting. While this trait is slotted using an exotic damage ability, will provide a small boost to armor penetration. What? And these boosts stack up to 3 times. Wow. Let me just give you guys a little heads up. As it is going these days, science ships are doing the most DPS, and especially feedback loop and feedback pulse is doing so much damage. You can basically one hit your enemy if you have your science abilities, all the way to wherever it is needed. Feedback loop and feedback pulse and all those kind of stuff, it's basically going to one hit your enemy while they are like you doing a critical hit on you. The feedback pulse is going to basically mirror that effect to the enemy, and it's going to dish out so much DPS. It's like crazy, and especially with this thing. So while this trait is slotted using an exotic damage ability, that is basically feedback loop, will provide a small bonus to armor penetration. Armor penetration is really good because it's definitely going to reduce the amount of hit points that the ship has dramatically. So, and also this bonus stacks up to 3 times. So armor penetration times 3. Oh my god, that's gonna do so much damage. Anyway, hull strength of 36,550 hit points at level 50 and a whopping 43,000 hit points at level 60. A shield modifier of 1.475. That is basically the highest shield modifier that I've seen in Star Trek Online. You guys can correct me in the comment section below if you want to, but I think that's the highest shield modifier of the entire game. So 3 weapons on the front, 3 weapons on the aft, 3 device slots, breed of station I'm going to cover in a later stage of the video, so I'm going to skip that part. Console modification: 3 tactical, 3 engineering, and 5 science. Now 5 science because this is a science heavy ship. Base turn rate of 11.5 degrees, impulse modifier of 0.15, an inertia rating of 40, also plus 15 to auxiliary power, and also plus 5 to shield power. This thing also comes with sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, secondary deflector slot, That is basically a science ship. Console Universal, that is a Causal Anchor. Okay, we're gonna read about that because I have no idea what that does. Molecular deconstruction ability, so that's that beam. One hangar bay that has those EPO fighters. Starship Mastery package, science vessel, so enhanced particle generator, shield system restoration, circuitry, and reactive shield technology, and that particle feedback loop, that is that Starship trait. Now I do want to mention one thing. I am in trouble because these items right here, the temporal defense space set, I haven't leveled my reputation tier all the way to 5, so that is why I'm covering this visuals aesthetic review for this ship on Tribble. As always, you guys can find jump timestamps in the video description below. Watch it on YouTube. You can jump to a specific part of the video if you want to. So we just covered the statistics of this thing, and let me just unpack it. Okay, that's a really weird name. Let's do Mora. Just something that could be nice. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go to the Starship NPC guy to select this thing to be my current starship. Mora, there we go. Ready starship. Now, so with my ship being the current one, I'm going to try to customize this thing and see how much customization can be done on this thing as it is right off the back. Now, I did mention one thing in my previous videos. This thing has like a leather kind of structure right here, and some of you guys have already commented it's kind of looking out of place, and I do agree with that so much. It's like this, like, you know, if you just you know, dissect this ship into two pieces, the front and the back, this back piece is like totally something weird, and this front part is like, you know, there's like two ships that they kind of like meshed into one. And I do agree with that assessment of you guys. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of weird to be honest, but it is a science vessel, and I do think like this thing is going to do so much damage if you equip the right consoles, the right weapons, and all of the gear that is basically needed to make this thing as a beast. I mean, appealing to the eyes, yes. Is it looking weird? Yes. Is it like, you know, designed off of the like it's kind of like a cross section between like the Zindi aquatic ships and like the temporal wedge. They're kind of like meshed a couple of pieces together, and it's like, you know, this is the outcome. So 1 + 1 equals this. So anyway, so we have one template. We have the interior, the bridge that we have seen so many times. One window type. No other changes right there, but we do have one material type. Okay, I thought I was going to have more than one. On the other ship that I covered, they had like a different material type, so you could actually choose this thing, but I guess this one doesn't have that. Only has one material type. Okay, that's weird. Hull patterns. On the hull, you can basically change the color a little bit to your liking. Let me just add some weird colors so it's going to pop up in your face. Ew, so bad right now. This thing looks so bad. Let me just change this to bright green. No, that's not good. Red. Yeah, that could work. That could work. Nice details. Okay, so the nacelles also can have like a color overlay pattern over them, and the saucer section as well. So you guys can fiddle around with it in your own time, obviously. I'm going to cancel all of the changes because I want to show this thing as it is out of the bat, out of the box, as if we're. And right now I'm going to head into space because that is where we are going to equip all of the different reputation space set and all of the various space set that is basically going to change the layout of this ship, and it's going to make it awesome. We already covered this ship in its statistics, but there is also a, and I keep forgetting this thing. Go away. There you go. I keep forgetting to remove this thing. You guys have seen a couple of spark emanating from the engines right here, the impulse engines. That is not part of this ship. That was just a buff that I have that I keep forgetting to remove before I do static reviews. So I have to apologize each time, but it is what it is. I am so excited to actually jump into the recording, so I keep forgetting that to remove that buff. So this is how it looks like with the default set equipped on this Eternal-class Temporal Science vessel, and it is a multi-mission science vessel in the game. I mean, it's not that bad to begin with. Only I don't really love this leather structure up here. Overall, it's just, I mean, it's I like it, to be honest. I mean, the structure isn't that bad. I mean, it doesn't have that wow factor yet, but maybe when we equip like the different space sets, it may maybe something good coming out of it. But right now it's going to launch their hangar pads, and it's going to do that at the back. It's coming from the rear of the ship. And these guys are the basic version from the ECU, or the default that comes equipped with this thing. Now there's obviously the better one that you can obtain through the dilithium store, and obviously the best one that you want, go to the fleet store and obtain the elite version of these guys. So it has a hangar bay, and hangar bay usually is like, you know, or at least to me, it's like the best thing out there. Having having pets and stuff like that is basically going to annoy your target a little bit. That's just the awesome part of this this build, or at least from Star Trek. You get a little bit of support. So this is how it looks like with the normal default set that is being equipped on this thing, and I already covered this thing. So we are going to move on to the advanced Mako space set. That is the first space set that we are going to cover in this video. So here we go, 3 pieces of the advanced Mako space set. Oh, the adaptive space set. It is called the adaptive, right? Yeah, the adaptive space set. Is going to make this thing look like this. The adaptive Mako space set. I do love this part right here that has like these hexagon type deal going on right here. This honeycomb design, do love that. And it kind of fades away when it's like not being lit up by the sunlight. I do love it. As it is in visuals, I don't mean as it is in like the ship design. I just love these pattern overlays on top of these things. These are just gorgeous to look at, and especially right here when all the shadow from the whatever station this is. Cool, very cool. The Aegis space set. Aegis and Aegis. Here we go. 3 pieces of the Aegis space set makes this thing. Wow, nice. Definitely love that white texture up there. That is a thing of beauty, to be honest. And you guys are seeing all of these colors up here that are really nice, that I do enjoy to look at. And especially if you guys are playing Klingons or have like a Romulan character that has made an alliance with the Klingons, and you equip the Aegis space set, you're going to see these engine wake, or the engine trail that you guys are seeing from the Aegis space set. It's going to have a red color, and that is just awesome to look at. And especially these lines up here, the white lines, those are awesome to look at on the Klingon side as well. So if you guys haven't done so, make a Klingon character, drop an Aegis set on there, and it's going to appeal to your eyes. That is awesome. Let us do the Borg space set, and also a Borg universal console, because that is going to add all of these nodes to the ship. Look at this is awesome. I do love these whatever these things are called, that are totally changing the ship in its greenish color. Nice. I do love these Borg, like, finer detail. Let's keep it that. Finer details on this ship. And you guys are seeing these nodes are from the universal console, and that is like a adaptation to the warp engines, and here's the adaptation to the impulse engines. Nice. Next one up is the counter command space set. Here we go with the counter command space set, and I definitely love the design right here. This is like, oh my god, Cryptic. You guys have made this thing look very, very beautiful with these counter command space set. Those are awesome to begin with. Those are truly awesome. Oh, those patterns are just wow. I just love the design right here. Basically looks like you guys know that like airplanes are like full of ribbons, right? So those nails that they put through like the plates, it's basically the same deal going on right here. Like the exterior from the plane, all those, you know, those plates are like, you know, bolted with ribbons. So that's nice. Basically the same thing. It's awesome. Delta space set. Here we go with the Delta space set. Definitely changing the layout of this ship. That is just a beauty to look at. I love the designs. I definitely love the designs that they're making these days. And this is how it looks like with the Delta space set. As you guys are seeing, when it's like hitting the sunlight, it has like different textures on it. Like you kind of see details. Especially here when it's like glowing, it has that glow to the sunlight. And when it's not facing the sunlight, it's kind of like grayed out. No details can be found. Just, you know, a couple of highlights that they changed in different colors. Definitely like it. Dyson space set. Everything looks beautiful with this space set. The Dyson one. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, I love it. I definitely love it. This is definitely a favorite of mine. Look at this thing. That is just a beauty to look at. Behold the Dyson space. I definitely love it. Love it because it changes colors. It's like, you know, we don't see a lot of like map changes when it's like the map has like a really bright sun and a really dark area, so you can like see the changes of the ship. Like, and I mean, we don't see that in the game, like, you know, in special task force missions that we do in STFs. Like we should have a little bit more of those, and especially like missions that they're bringing out, like, you know, featured episodes and whatever that they're bringing out. We should have like, you know, a little bit more of this kind of stuff. Like, you know, especially in Earth Space Dock, you have that neutral color of the sun, so you guys can see all that is just a beauty. That transition from the you know, from the lit part of the sunlight and when it's like facing the other part. The Iconian space set is the one that we're going to feature next. 1, 2, 3. Here we go with the Iconian space set. Nice. So we got that texture back. That leather texture. And to be honest, it kind of reminds me of really cheap leather. It's not really good leather. It's not really good leather. It's not really maintained properly. So it has cracks all over the place. But it looks good on the Iconian space, or yeah, the Iconian space set, the one that we are featuring right now. You can see a lot of details, and I definitely love the texture over pattern that you guys are seeing right here. Reddish with blackish and grayish tint. Nice. And it's featuring just a little bit of a glow factor, as you guys are going to witness right here. When the sunlight is going to hit that hole, you're gonna see that little bit of a glow. Nice. Next one up, the Jem'Hadar space set. This one and this one. Victory is Life space set. Oh, love it right here. Love it. Nice. It looks awesome. It looks really awesome. And Jem'Hadar space set. It's a thing of beauty, to be honest. Because, you know, stuff that I really find interesting is like you have like a basic idea what this thing is going to look like, and when you definitely are faced with the facts that it totally changes or totally looks different when it's like underneath like a different color of light or shade or whatever, you know, it's like things are coming back to life, and especially like these green colors up here when it's like facing the sunlight. You're like, oh, okay, so it's a little bit of green, a little bit of pinkish, a little bit of that and that, and when it's like facing the shadow side, it's like, wow. Or at least with me, that's my personal opinion, obviously, but I love that part. I love it. The Kobali doesn't offer any changes, so I'm going to skip that one. The Amako, and that is not the adaptive Mako, the one that we featured in the beginning. This is just the normal Mako. And let's see if it's going to change a little bit. I don't think so. I have no idea. Kind of is the same to me. What you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because if it doesn't change the visuals of this ship, or you know, you guys don't want me to, I'm not going to waste time equipping the adaptive and the normal version of the Mako. So I'm just going to equip to one, and it's going to save us time, right? More time to showcase other stuff. Nice. Here we go with the cold body. We're going to skip the Nukara. Nukara space set is a nice space set. I definitely like it because it totally is something totally different, and that's basically like true for most space set. But this one has that really cool blue color, and it's like integrated with this gray color, and it totally is appealing to the eyes. And you can definitely distinguish this thing from all of the other Reputation space set just by looking at it. It's like, oh, okay, Nukara space set. Nukara deflector, Nukara engines. Those are really nice. Moving on to the Omega space set. 1, 2, 3. Here we go, the Omega space set. Oh, nice. Look at this. This is awesome. This is awesome. Definitely love these engine trails. It's like rockets in space. I always make that comment. Nice. Look at this. It's totally like whitish, grayish, and when it's not being illuminated by the sunlight, it's like totally different color. Definitely like that. Cool. Okay, so quantum phase, we're going to skip, no visuals there. Riemann space set is definitely full of visuals, and you guys are going to see that right now. Look at that. Oh, that is just a beauty. Oh, I love this thing. I am absolutely in love with the Riemann. Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, this thing is truly really nice. Definitely love this bright green color. This honeycomb design up here. Definitely love it. Definitely. Now, unfortunately, this space set doesn't offer any changes when it's like being illuminated by the sunlight or not. It's just basically the same deal from the front and at the back. It doesn't do any changes to this thing at all, but it is nice. It is nice to look at. I mean, it's basically the same thing that, you know, you kind of expect it to be. Like when it's being illuminated, it's going to have like a totally different color, like, you know, more to the scare factor when it's like not being illuminated, and when it's like in the sunlight, it's like, you know, just normal neutral color. But I definitely love that they have added this space set like a long time ago in the game, and it's definitely one of the most wow factor. And you guys are still using this thing like on various characters, and I especially love it when people are equipping this thing on their scimitar and stuff like that. It is definitely appealing to the eyes. That is definitely a good space set to have. The Romulan space set is the one that we're going to feature right now. Here we go with the Romulan space set. Nice. I like this space set as well. I mean, it's like one of the oldest space sets out there. It's basically just like the Breen space set. But and I do apologize if you guys are hearing a dog barking right now. It's like, I don't know. It's like right outside my window and it's barking a lot. The one time that my bird is like really quiet, you're not hearing my bird, you're hearing a dog right now. But I guess that's part of being in Holland. Lots of dogs around. What was I saying? Yeah, about the Romulan space set. Kind of like one of the oldest space sets out there, but it still is a nice space set to look at. Definitely love all of the patterns that they are putting on. Shut up! Stupid dog. What are you barking at? Are you seeing squirrels? Okay, quantum phase, we're going to skip. The soul defense, we're going to skip. No visuals there. The Solanae, no visuals there. So we're going to go to the Terran space set. Terran impulse engines and also the Terran shielding. There we go with the Terran space set. Here we go. Nice colors. I definitely love these colors, and I think I've said that in almost every video that I'm making with the Terran space set. Definitely love the brownish color that they're using, and these red contours that they're utilizing in their designs. Definitely love it. Nice. Oh, you guys are seeing these patterns up here on these warp nacelles, or at least I hope that's a warp nacelles. If this was like a, you know, the Welsh or something like that, that would going to be like the temporal drives. But I think this one is a temporal ship as well. So those are basically temporal, you know, engines maybe. No idea. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comment section. What are these things called? The temporal drive engines. I think it's gonna have like some really weird name. Because these things also have a temporal purpose. Like especially in the wells, they kind of like spew out a circular type deal going on when they're like being utilized. There's like an ability. Now I do apologize because I don't have the Welsh and I don't really know what these things are called, so but we'll see. Anyway, what are we going to feature next? The Breen space set. That is obviously going to change the appearance of the ship, looking like this. Nice to look at this ship design. It's like full of tubes that is not being completed. Kind of need a little bit of skin, and they're like, well, we are out of material, so this is how it looks like. Crazy, right? Nice. Looks good, to be honest. There are just a couple of space sets that I really don't enjoy, but the rest are like, wow. it's just basically, it's like, this is totally something that you guys and me especially are not accustomed to watching on Star Trek. We're basically are like, are seeing saucer sections, warp nacelles, and there's like a basic structure that is tying those two together. So that's the hull, and that's it. Basic Federation ship. That is basically the starships that we are seeing in Star Trek Online, and especially when the developers come up with something like this design. It's obviously something else to look at, and it is really cool to look at these ships. And the last one that we're going to equip is the Disco space set from the Temporal Defense space set. And I also, just for today, I got these universal console. Maybe it's going to add something to the visuals of this set, but I don't think so. But so this is the temporal space set, and you guys are referring it to in the comment section to the disco with the disco space set, because all of these effects, all of these lightnings that you guys are seeing, it's like disco all the way. We got a disco ball up here, we got disco lights up here. We got lots of like disco theme going on this thing, and this is how it looks like with the temporal space set. So we kind of like substituted all of the leather structure up here with like a structure that you basically can find in dry dirt or something like that in the desert, or in the salt plains that are like dried out bedrock or whatever. It's like just like the same structure, and but with a lots of disco lightning on top of it. Oh, that's just that is just awesome. That is just awesome. Anyway, so let's go over a couple of details we kind of like missed. So this thing has 3 weapons on the front, a deflector, secondary deflector, impulse warp shield, and 3 weapons on the aft, 3 device slots, 3 engineering consoles, 5 science console for lots of science abilities, and 3 tactical console that has also 1 hangar bay with those APOV fighters, and the universal console we're going to cover in a later just after we're going to cover the masteries. So if you level this thing all the way to level 5, you're going to get level 1 is going to increase your exotic damage, so it gained plus 15% exotic damage from your exotic damage ability. Level 2 is going to increase your maximum shield hit points by 10%, so that's nice. Level 3 is going to increase hull and ship healing, or shield healing, sorry, by 10% in both of them. Level 4 is going to reactive shielding technology is going to improve your shield regeneration and hardness, and that amount of shield regeneration every 6 seconds, that is basically tied up to my character, the consoles, all of the skills and abilities that I've chosen. So you could have like a totally different number right there. So for me it is 831.2 shield regeneration every 6 seconds, and also reduces damage to shield by 5%. And level 5, that is that unlockable trait. That is definitely something to have, especially for all of those that are utilizing science abilities, feedback poles and stuff like that. This is definitely something you guys should have in your arsenal. That is particle feedback loop, so exotic damage boost and hull penetration to self, plus 50 starship hull penetration, and it's going to improve hull penetration for starship weapons for 30 seconds, and it's going to stack up to 3 times. What is that actually means for all of your weapons? For 30 seconds, all of your weapons are going to have penetration buff. Um, it's going to have the modification penetration, so that between brackets and pen. I don't think I have that in my arsenal. Maybe do I have anything that has no, I don't think I have a penetrating buff. No, I haven't upgraded anything right now, so I don't think I have penetration buff somewhere. But you guys know what I mean. So there is like between brackets, so there is like pen, and that is going to basically penetrate the armor of whatever ship you're firing, and for 30 seconds, and that is, you know, a lot. 30 seconds you can basically wipe out like a cube, and you know, coming out of STFs that we're doing, like infected, you can basically destroy your gate and a tactical cube at the end within 30 seconds and have a little bit of spare time left. So that is awesome, and this ability stacks up to 3 times. This is awesome. This is definitely, you know, just for this trait I would grab this ship. Yeah, so if you are able to, you have the Zen for this thing, grab it because it is awesome. Let's go on the information of this universal console. The temporal multi-mission science vessel comes equipped with the Causal Armor universal console. While this console is equipped on your starship, your starship is capable of forcefully realigning any local anomalies in the time stream. This causes a pair of temporal anomalies to appear near your target. These anomalies will slow move forward to your target's location at the time of activating this ability. Any foe that comes in contact with either anomaly will suffer physical damage, have power drain, and have their flight speed reduced and be pulled towards the anomaly. The strength of each anomaly grows as they approach one another. Once they are come into contact with one another, the two anomalies will cause a small shockwave that will damage all nearby enemies. What? Oh my god, this thing is basically just like those fluidic bubbles, I guess, if I have read this thing correctly. So these like, you know, what was it called? These anomalies that they're talking about. They have will suffer physical damage, so that's, you know, kinetic damage right there. Have power drain, so that's going to remove power from their subsystem, going to have less weapons power, less shield power, engine power, and also auxiliary power, and have their flight speed reduced, so it's going to slow them down as well and pulled towards the anomaly. So there is like a hold effect going on as well. Each of these strengths, yada yada, when they come in contact with another, two anomalies will cause a small shockwave that will damage all nearby enemies. So you're going to have also a little bit of a blast when, you know, these anomalies are going to intersect with each other, I guess. So you're going to have like a small shockwave that will damage nearby allies. Wow, this thing is awesome. Okay, we just read that. It's going to increase plus 15 exotic, plus 15% to your exotic damage. Also plus 2% damage. Plus 2% exotic damage critical chance. So when your critical abilities are going to crit, I guess, you're going to have plus 2% in those as well. Nice. So target dead or alive foes. 10 kilometer range, 0.5 seconds to activate, a 2-minute recharge, so 2-minute cooldown of these things, causes a pair of level 61 temporal anomalies for 30 seconds. Temporal anomaly, 3 seconds radius, slow moving forward one another, so towards one another. 504.2 physical damage per second. That is going to ignore the shields. What? Oh wow, so this is like physical damage, and it's like penetration as well. Damage increases as anomalies gets closer to one another. Minus 0.22 repel when two anomalies come in contact with one another or after 30 seconds. 9,483.1 physical damage. 100% shield penetration up to 5 targets within 3 kilometers. Wow, that's a lot. That is 9k damage that they're doing right there. With 100% shield penetration. So this thing is gonna go right through the hull. So whatever ship you're dealing damage to, this thing is going to remove about 9.5k from its hull. Up to 5 targets within 3 kilometers. So using like a gravity well to pull enemies within, it's going to deal out so much damage. Up to 5 targets within a 3 kilometer radius. Nice. Also 30 repel up to 5 targets within 30 kilometers. And this is basically that. I think that's like the shockwave that they're talking about right here at the last. Skill that affect this ability, control expertise. So that's going to improve your control effect and resistance to the same. Starship exotic particle generation, obviously, and it's going to improve your exotic damage. And this thing is also part of a set, so that's the 31st century temporal technologies, 1 out of 3. So space set, if you have the second piece, you're going to get like a second set bonus, so that's advanced engineering, plus 10% direct energy damage, plus 3% maximum hit points. And also space set number 3, temporal synergies, plus 50% recharge time reduction for the 31st century temporal console ability. So all of these are going to be on 1 minute cooldown. So right here, the 2 minute recharge minus the 50%, it's going to be on a 1 minute cooldown for all of these abilities. Nice. Wow, this thing is right now it is definitely appealing to me. Especially with this trait, this console. Well, I don't like these consoles right here. 5.3, you know, it could work. It could work if you put like embassy consoles or the Cranium consoles on the science slots. It could dish out so much damage for you guys. I mean, it's up to you guys to configure the ship. I'm just going to display the visuals on this thing, and what you do with this thing is totally up to you. Okay, so moving on to the bridge officer stations. I found it really close to I found it really easy to talk about when we actually have all of these bridge officer slots available than just reading text about them. So that is why I'm always displaying them as last. We have a lieutenant commander universal station, so you can go all kind of factions right here. So you can go engineering, science, or tactical, whatever is to your liking. A lieutenant tactical or a temporal ops station, a commander science or a temporal ops station for this thing, and also a lieutenant commander engineering station. You kind of need a little bit of engineering, and an ensign science station for ship healing and stuff like that. I want gravity well, so let's put Leslie up here. Let's put Sarai up here. Let me put a tactical right there that has let's put Mary up there, and let's put Wilmer up here. What do you want for survivability? A little bit of hull healing. It's too bad. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So I just, this is something that I like, a little bit of survivability, a little bit of control, a little bit of repel, shield, hull healing, shields, Oxabat. I really don't actually recommend using this thing as of late, but it can work, definitely. Science abilities, a little bit of beam fire at will, a lot of them, and betas. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't recommend you guys using this. This is just something that I put up together just to showcase the abilities on this thing that are just huge. Also, I definitely want to display this one, so let me bring up my powers. Come here. What is this thing? Causal Anchor. I think that's the one that we're going to display. Summon Causal Anchor. Yeah. So all of the ship's information has been displayed, all of the weapons, all of the abilities, universal console, all of the masteries, bridge officers. Now we're going to go into the Starship bridge to showcase that thing just a little bit, because I know most of you guys, like, I don't know, like 99% of you guys have seen this bridge, because you kind of like, you know, went through the temporal missions or whatever featured episodes that has covered this this ship in this bridge, actually, in its mission playthrough that you needed to go through. So I'm just gonna show it just a little bit, just a tiny amount. Can we go to the bridge already? God damn. Here we go. We are almost there. Almost. There we go. So this is that temporal bridge that I just talked about. There was an episode of 7 of 9 actually was featured on this bridge. So it's like, you know, you have even seen that if you are, you know, watching the Voyager episodes. You have even seen this one on TV as well. So this is that bridge, really small, really tiny. You can't actually go up here because that is just a outline of whatever you can look outside of this thing. And let me just go up there. So you can actually look outside of this thing, and it's really cool feature to look outside of your ship. So they have made this part, you know, that could be visible or viewable from this part up here, but you can't actually go to that thing. And this is supposed to be a transporter device, so let us use that to go in space. And in space I'm gonna go transwarp to the Argala patrol mission that I'm going to feature this thing into combat. Now obviously this is not going to be a really good representation of what this ship is capable of. Like I said, it is up to you to utilize this ship in its full potential. I'm just going to display it a little bit, like all of these special abilities, what it's capable of against a normal enemy in Star Trek Online, because I don't have the right gear set up. I don't have this ship really good set up, and I basically don't want to tell you guys I got this and I got that and I got this and the ship is awesome, because none of you, or at least, you know, you're not going to be able to actually equip to the same gear that I'm able to equip on this thing. So I'm going to go with like the default stuff. And as you guys are seeing, my character doesn't have the right setup, doesn't have the right consoles, doesn't have the right skills, doesn't have the right abilities. So I'm going to go with just the default ship. And you guys are going to see it's going to hold himself on against these enemies quite good. And that's basically Star Trek Online. They don't offer really good enemies that are going to do a lot of damage to us. They're basically are just a walkthrough. You know, they're not really that hard to kill. I mean, you can obviously increase the difficulty of missions, but on normal they're not really that hard. So this is how this thing is performing right now, and some of you guys have asked not to remove my HUD, so don't go into cinematic mode, and I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into cinematic mode just for you guys. So a little bit of ship combat. We got lots of betas and lots of beam fired wheel abilities. So we can do those. And also let's go to offensive configuration on these guys, so you can utilize that molecular deconstruction beam that's going to dish out a lot of damage to the enemy. like 10k or 11k per hit. So that's about 30,000 k damage to our enemies. And let's use these Causal Anchor on these guys. Why not? Right there in 3, 2, 1. Booyaka! So those are the... Wow, nice animation right there. Definitely love it. Wow, that is a beauty. As you guys are seeing, I'm not doing any damage, but they're taking so much damage. And there is that shockwave. Wow. Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. Can't wait to utilize this thing again. We also have sensor analysis and lots of beam fired wheels and betas for this build. That's crazy. Oh, my shielding on the left port is almost dead. You know what? I'm going to utilize gravity well and then this thing together. That is just a tactic that is going to work real good, I think. Now we obviously have a lot of pets, so we can spew out. Let's use that molecular deconstruction beam on this guy in 3, 2, 1. Boom. So you guys are going to see 7,000 times 3 being removed from that guy's hull. So that is awesome. In 30 seconds we're going to utilize that ability again, that anchor. Causal Anchor. Yeah, Causal Anchor. Hey, Apex Battleship. Chronoton drive actuator. So it's going to give me, this is that universal console that we're going to get from the reputation of the temporal what's it called, temporal defense. Yeah. So +4 to weapons, +4 to shield weapons power, shield power, +15 control expertise, so it's going to improve the control effect and resistance to the same. Also +7.5% to maximum shield capacity. Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. If you guys are lacking into shield power, weapon power, or maximum shield capacity, or definitely in control effects, utilize this console. This thing is a beauty. Can we use gravity well? Yes, we can. Here we go. Gravity well and anchor. Anchor, come on, go. There we go. And I kind of need to get the hell away from there because I think it's gonna blow. Oh, look at that. I just made a trap for everybody. Oh my god, this is... Wow, look at how many damage it dealt. Wow, these things are almost dead. That one is almost dead. That is at 50%. Oh, that is crazy. That is a tactic right there. 40,000 gone. Nice. Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing... Oh, I just pressed something that wasn't part of Star Trek. Deconstruction beam right there. 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Nice. And as you guys are seeing, this thing is handling itself really good in combat with a lot of enemies that are basically have aggro on me and are like, let's take care of this guy. But anyway, let us move a little bit out of combat because don't want to be fired up on again. So this was the Eternal-class Temporal Science vessel, and it is called the multi-mission science vessel in Star Trek Online. I guess this is a really good ship. Really awesome abilities. really nice if you are into science, as you know, Star Trek is basically going these days in science abilities, doing a little bit more damage than the tactical. That's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Especially when all of the, you know, science console from the embassy, that's going to increase your weapon power. It's going to add like a dot to damage over time effects and stuff like that. Cranium consoles do the same thing. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this little statistical review with all of the information of this thing, of this ship and its abilities, as it is coming right off of the box, have been displayed in its entirety in Star Trek Online. All of the reputation space set that we currently are having access to in Star Trek Online. So I hope you have enjoyed this little video, little in in quotations, little. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope to see you on the next one as well. For now, I'm going to say take care. Later.